Here we are again. It's always such a pleasure. In my previous Wheatley video, I expressed a certain level of discontentment with the final result on my puppet. Just with how the handles were too heavy and the eyelid was skidding against the roof of the shell. I was so focused on making the design accurate that I lost its functionality. I want to fix all that by trimming the eyelid and maybe rounding out the edges so it doesn't collide with anything, and completely redoing the handles. I'm keeping the magnets though because they still have the little matching shapes for the attachment. Also, why did I say 900 hours of work? I included drying time for the clay and glue since I had to wait around or for the next day to continue working. I'm not good at math, but like 30 days times 4 months, 120 days times 7 hours of work per day, 840 hours. Even if I cut that time in half, 420 hours, that still doesn't sound right though. There was like a month's worth of planning and the failed attempts and the prototypes and unused materials and plastic pipes, tape. Thin foam can be flimsy without proper support, and that's why I initially didn't want to use it for the handles. However, a thicker foam is more stable and won't wobble around. However, it turns out this foam is not very malleable unless I want to burn my hand, so I'll just stick to using foam clay. With everything trimmed, painted and dry, let us puppeteer.
Most test subjects do experience some cognitive deterioration after a few months in suspension. Now, you've been under for quite a lot longer, and it's not out of the question that you might have a very minor case of serious brain damage. Do you understand what I'm saying at all? Does any of this make any sense? Just tell me, just say yes. Say apple. Apple. Simple word. Apple. A-double-P-L-E. How would you use it in a sentence? This apple's crunchy, you might say. And I'm not even asking you for the whole sentence, just the word apple. Okay, you know what? That's close enough. Here's an interesting story. You might like this. I almost got a job down here in manufacturing, but guess who the foreman went with? Only an exact duplicate of himself. Nepotism. Ended up giving me the worst possible job, tending to all the smelly humans. Sorry, no, I would say smelly. Just attending to the humans. Sorry about that. That just slipped out. A bit insensitive. The smelly humans. Bring your daughter to work day. That did not end well. And 40 potato batteries. Embarrassing. I mean, I realise they're children, but still, low-hanging fruit and all that. Barely science, really, is it? Look at that, it's growing right up into the ceiling. The whole place is probably overrun with potatoes at this point, isn't it? At least you won't starve, though. Oh, sorry. I hope that didn't disturb you too much then. It was the sound of books. Pages being turned. So that's just what I was doing. Just reading, books. So not a moron. Anyway, just finished the last one. Just now, the hardest one. Machiavelli. Do not know what all the fuss was about. Understood it perfectly. Have you read that one? Yeah, doubt it. Well, on with the test. Wish there was more books. Well, there's not. You are not going to believe this. I found a sealed-off wing. Hundreds of perfectly good test chambers. Just sitting there. Filled with skeletons. Shook them out. Good as new. Be honest, you can't even tell, can you? Seamless. Well, good. Finally, a nemesis worthy of my vast intellect. No, wait, come back. Sorry, please. No, I was going somewhere with all that. Fool! You were a fool to come back because I've trapped you again. Helpless. You're at my mercy, and I don't have any. You're at my nothing. You're at my lack of mercy. Don't ignore the laughter. Nothing to worry about. Alright, so that last test was seriously disappointing. Apparently, being civil isn't motivating you, so let's try her way, alright? Fatty. Adopted fatty. Fatty, no parents. What? What's wrong with being adopted? Lack of parents? Just do the test.
It's amazing how much the eyelid was limiting my puppeteering ability. I was practically fighting with the puppet and angling the face to make sure the eyelid didn't hit the roof. Now it feels like an extension of my arm, actually being able to move the face how I want to. I'm also glad I redid the handles because not only will they not fall down all the time, they're more accurate to the core model. With the original handles, I wanted to use scrap parts because I thought it would save me time and structure, but instead it took up the most time and patience. So the best solution was the easiest one.
Bring your daughter to work day. That did not end well. And 40 potato batteries. Embarrassing. I mean, I realise they're children, but still, low-hanging fruit, all that. Really science, really. Look at that, it's growing right up into most test subjects do experience some cognitive deterioration after a few months in suspension. Now, you've been under for quite a lot longer, and it's not out of the question that you might have a very minor case
explained the journalist. We need multiple satisfactions before we could turn to the safe state of the equilibrium. Lucy had attended self-defense classes for 2 years. Oomph, gasped the journalist. Then she twizzled half round, caught his left wrist, and threw him over her shoulder into the engine room floor. You stay here and keep talking to that bomb while I go find the captain. Damn, said the bomb.